But after seeing the prince defeat the sorcerer, the noble grew very upset. The prince only wanted the best for them, but the noble began to scream and ran out of the castle to alert the guards.
Okay.
Which was a very bad idea,
Oh,
wasn't it?
look how close he is. Okay. Hello, and welcome to a Yandere Fairytale Chapter 1. There are 3 chapters to this. This is Chapter 1. I will be only playing Chapter 1 today, but I'm going to upload all the chapters. So, buckle up. Get excited. I don't know what this game is about, but I see this and I'm a little worried. But fear not, people. We're all in this together. So if you're new here, I hope you consider hitting the subscribe button while I type in my name and commenting and liking and all that good stuff and joining the family because we just hit 2K and I'm so excited. And it's the best birthday gift I've ever had in my whole entire life. I don't think my birthday gifts get better than that. I promise. Chapter 1. Nice to meet you, Voyia. Before we begin, please be aware that this game contains dark and violent themes. Viewer discretion is advised. There's you guys' warning. I will not be giving any more warnings, so don't be like, oh, you could have warned me. It was bloody and gory and stuff. Or it doesn't say bloody and gory, but it says dark and violent. So, like I said, you could warn me it was dark and violent, but usually they kind of warn you about the gore. But still, the point is that you guys got your warning. Don't get mad at me if you see something you don't want to see. Please don't be naked people in here. I hope it would warn me for that too.
At long last, I have returned.
Oh my God.
Oh, forgive me for taking so long.
No, you're fine, blonde stranger.
The traffic was a nightmare, and all of your friends kept asking questions.
Well, can I go see my friends? Because you're kind of creeping me out a little bit.
But I did get it.
Get what?
Oh, that book you wanted, of course.
I wanted a book. I do enjoy reading.
Didn't you say that you needed it for a project at work? Oh, those kids love a good story.
Okay, I bet they do. It's not going to do much good to them here.
Well, I know that.
He sounds like somebody. I just can't put my finger on who he sounds like.
But since I went to all this effort for you, we should at least read it together. Shouldn't we?
I guess.
That's what I thought.
I mean, if you want to read it together, we can. If you just wanted to spend time with me, I'm sure it's perfectly fine.
Are you settled?
I guess so.
Good. Once upon a time, there lived a beautiful noble.
Okay.
They worked in a nursery, taking wonderful stories for little children and turning them into the most amazing plays in the world.
Aw, that's sweet.
And all the children loved the noble. And so, too, did the handsome prince.
Oh, it's a little fairy tale.
The prince, you see, worked in the bakery across the street. And he always brought in sweet treats for the noble during his breaks.
I have questions.
All was well in the kingdom. And everyone was happy.
I have a question. What are you to me? Are you my father? Are you my boyfriend reading me a story? I wouldn't mind if my boyfriend or husband read me stories. Oh, that would be so sweet. Oh, I would love that. But what are you to me? Are you a brother or something? Because it just says blonde stranger, and that's what makes me worried. It hasn't given you a name or anything.
Until one day, when the beautiful noble was captured by an evil sorcerer from another kingdom.
Oh?
Put them under his spell.
Okay.
Bewitched, the beautiful noble told the handsome prince that they should just be friends. And, well, that broke his poor heart.
Okay.
For you see, the sorcerer was a very cruel man who badly mistreated the noble and made them cry. So the handsome prince vowed to rescue them.
Is this about you, sir?
He visited the sorcerer at his castle and challenged him to a duel.
Okay.
The noble came back to the castle just as the duel was ending, and, much to the prince's surprise, begged the prince to spare the foul sorcerer.
Okay, I think I'm kind of getting my brain wrapped around what's exactly happening right now. I don't like it, but I think he's calling himself the prince. So somebody I was with is the sorcerer. So I must be the noble. Okay. All right. I don't think this is a book that you bought. I think this is a book you made up.
But you see, this was because they were still under his spell and didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
That the prince was only doing what he had to in order to protect them.
Oh. Well, isn't that sweet? You go ahead and continue protecting me. I'm going to go ahead and leave, okay? Oh, God. Yeah, see? This right here? This right here? Absolutely not. Okay. You see, I don't think I can trust him now. Like, I don't think I should trust him.
But after seeing the prince defeat the sorcerer, the noble grew very upset. The prince only wanted the best for them, but the noble began to scream and ran out of the castle to alert the guards.
Okay.
Which was a very
Oh.
bad idea,
Oh,
wasn't it?
look how close he is. Okay. For the sake of me staying alive, I'm gonna say that was a bad idea. But just know I'm thinking differently. You're very scary in a hot way, but you're very scary.
Of course, the prince didn't want to be taken away by the guards, because, you see, he dearly loved the noble, and feared that he might never see them again.
Okay.
So, he whisked them away, back to his own castle, and there tried to give them the life they deserved.
Well, this is a lovely castle you have me in here.
But they kept trying to run away.
Oh. Sorry. And I like how his name now changed from Blonde Stranger now to Scary Stranger. I mean, it fits him perfectly.
Oh, the prince was distraught. But you see, he had no choice. He took the noble down to his dungeon, and there chained them, so that no more evil spells could reach them.
Interesting. We're chained up. We're chained up in a room. No, we are not chained up in a room. We are chained up in a dungeon, like he said.
Want to, of course. If the noble had just listened to him in the first place, none of it would have happened.
Okay.
If they had just accepted his love instead of bringing the children inside whenever he visited and filing restraining orders, then they could have lived happily ever after.
So about the restraining order part, I don't think they had those back in those days when nobles and prince exist. But okay, we're gonna roll with the story because I don't want to get hurt. Oh. Okay, you see this right here is what I'm worried about.
Ah, but the guards didn't find the prince to take him away. And he and the noble were finally together. So in time, they learned to love him.
You had a question mark behind that. I feel like you're waiting for me to respond.
And they stopped fighting him. And stopped screaming for help. And they just accepted that he only did those things because he loved them.
I'm starting to think otherwise.
Because the prince does love his noble. No matter how much they may hate him.
I don't personally hate you. I like how his name changed again to Blind Psychopath. Yeah, I don't hate you, sir. I just want space, okay? Can we get a little space? Like, I want you to take 10 feet back, all right? Okay. And then, can you loosen up the chain a little bit? It's getting a little tight in here. And maybe take me back to that comfortable room instead of this concrete, concealed, no windows place. I would like to get a little sunlight.
And they both lived happily ever after.
Okay.
There. I hope you enjoyed your bedtime story.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I want to say yes, but I also want to say no at the same time. I also feel like crying and sneezing at the same time. I don't know how I feel.
Oh, it's time for you to get some rest. I have work in the morning. And you look pretty sleepy.
By choice or naturally? Like is it a natural thing or by force? Because if I'm feeling more like you saying I'm sleepy by force.
Good night, my little noble.
Good night.
Sleep well.
I hope I get to learn your name in chapter 2. Can I have a drink of water? Maybe some cookies? Oh, okay. I think he turned off the lights. I think that's a no. Thank you so much for playing a Yandere Fairytale. I am the writer, Celestial, aka Better Bluebird. Well, ma'am, let me tell you, you scared the absolute fire out of me. Like, I got chills listening to this man talk to me. Clap it up. Clap it up for Better Bluebird. Excuse me. Sorry. Clap it up for Bluebird. The voice of the prince was provided by Not Plus Zero, and he really, truly brought his project to life. So go and show him some love. Y'all hear them. Show them some love. Clap it up for Zero. A dear friend of mine, Lilia, correct me respectfully if I mispronounced your name. I apologize. Created the application for me in Python, which allowed me to get precise timing for the talking animations. So go and show her some love too. Clap it up. Clap it up for her. Clap it up as well. Special thanks to the technical advisor, Shadowbite. Clap it up for him too. Everybody that was involved in this, amazing. You guys did great. Kisses, kisses, kisses everywhere. The story is far from over. Stay tuned. That was chapter 1, I think. I think that was all of chapter 1. There is no, continue, so I'm going to assume that that's all of chapter 1. I'm clicking all over the screen as well, because sometimes stories hide stuff, but it doesn't look like this one's hiding anything. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. This is who I think this person sound like.
No need to worry. I am quite proficient in such rituals. But what to make? Damned chowder? Too salty. Sugar-free sugar cookies? Too evil. Perhaps, yes, of course, Xylorgos queso. For this recipe, I must summon the foulest, most profane substance known to the Nibblenomicon.
Just to be. Yeah, so if you think he sounds like this person too, go ahead, thumbs up, say in the comment section who you think he sounds like, because that's who he sounds like to me. He sounds like the younger version of him though. But thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate the creators of this visual novel. I was going to say anime visual novel, and I will see you guys in chapter 2. Peace and love.